for Pittsburgh.
Two teams that have combined to win 11 Super Bowl titles. The Steelers and the Niners are underway.
Pulls it in at the 13. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
Over first and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10. First carry for Raheem Mostert. And right away, they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
On second and receiver, and it's third down.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
So now an early third and 10 here on their opening drive. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And that's exactly what defenses talk about. You've got to find ways to get off the field when you can, especially on third down. And third down defense going to be vital in this game. Able to knock that one away and force a fourth down.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Field position changer there. 49 yards on the punt. Couple that with a loss on the return. And the Steelers are going to take over first and 10 deep in their own territory.
From the 13 now, they work on first and 10.
Now Roethlisberger on first down. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down. To throw again on second down. Roethlisberger.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
On first down, it's Roethlisberger. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Nick Bosa just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Throwing on second and long. Roethlisberger.
Now that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. That's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
That's a 32-yard line.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, second down.
It's now second.
Here's second and 10 now from about the 32. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. That is caught at the 7. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. 25 yards that time.
7-yard line.
They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard that time, second and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
This will be caught at about the 6. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to third and goal. Now they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is third and goal. From the gun, it's a handoff to Coleman. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Niners have taken the early lead. And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Niners 7, Steelers 0. Robbie Gould to kick off for fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown.
Touchdown, 49ers.
And this defense looking like they have come to play the pick six, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visits. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Ski. That's the interception. That means everybody find someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Diaz. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? And Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45. Before we came up to the booth, the last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Garoppolo to throw on 2nd down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Steven Nelson able to get a hand in coverage.
Incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
And he gets us to the 48, but no further. Well short of the line to gain. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down.
4th down.
Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Throwing again on 2nd down. Roethlisberger. That one into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 11 yards there, 1st down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
The line of scrimmage.
On 2nd down, Roethlisberger. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Quan Williams. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw.
Looking for Pettis, but that's intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
After the interception, here's Roethlisberger, escaping the pressure right. Washington's got it. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36. Back in the first quarter, you said it, they need to avoid the big play, but he just got a big one right there.
You can't relax. You know, we talked about in the first quarter, but as the game progresses, still opportunities, and he took advantage of one there.
2nd and 10.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now it's Roethlisberger. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Quan Williams. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. I'm starting to wonder, Charles, if 5 interceptions, is that the last that we've seen of him?
Well, I think that a lot of people hope that's the last they've seen of him in this game, probably including himself. If this were baseball, the manager would have been at the mound already and asked for the ball, and he'd be in there getting a shower. But in football, you might have to go stand on the sideline and watch the rest of it and see if your backup can do any better.
2nd and 10 at the 5-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. That's caught by his running back, Raheem Mostert. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Garoppolo to throw on 3rd and 1. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And out will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 38-yard line.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their 38. Out of the gun, he'll throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know. But all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one. Much more like lead.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster the target once again, but now it'll be 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now it's Roethlisberger. He's going to launch it for Washington, and that will be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
Incomplete.
The scoreboard tells a story for him, a little bit bleak, and while it's not quite desperation time yet, it's definitely getting close, but the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll indeed go for it with Roethlisberger. He's going to launch it for Washington. And that's caught inside the 35. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. They go for it on 4th down, and it pays off big time as they pick up 29.
33-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Again, it's Roethlisberger. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. To throw again is Roethlisberger. And now here is another interception. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. Steven Nelson able to get a hand in coverage. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Hey, gun. I'm going to come back to you.
Here's Garoppolo to throw. Again looking for Samuel, this time the catch made. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
That's a game.
The 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. 2 minutes to play, 1st half. It's 14-0. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
Garoppolo going to try and throw on 3rd. Looking for Pettis, but that's intercepted. It's picked by the linebacker, T.J. Watt. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
Now the pass finding its way into the hands of Eric Ebron. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 12 yards there and a 1st down. Here's Roethlisberger. Got an open man, it's Washington. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number one. This is first and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime.
McFarland running out of the gun.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Steelers are able to make this a close game again. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed, and a lot of football, full half to be played. Good starting field position for them here as they come up first and 10 at the 41-yard line. Throwing now is Garoppolo. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
A play fake from Mostert. Now Garoppolo.
They'll let this go for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even...
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Kwan Williams. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Roethlisberger's pass. Intercepted. The Niners take over 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Incomplete. And we're down to 8 seconds now.
Intended for Tavon Austin. Incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10.
They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Robbie Gould to kick off for San Francisco.
The Steelers going to get the football first here, trailing on the scoreboard as we are back underway on EA Sports. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
And from the shotgun, he'll throw.
He's going to launch it for Washington. They've got his man complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The second quarter starts off with a bang as they snag over 30 yards. battle for it here, and this will be caught. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. From the red zone now, here's Roethlisberger on first down. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
Intended for James Washington.
That's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range, so now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
And he'll find Washington. That's complete. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Anthony McFarland.
His 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14.
That ties the game at 14.
So all square here in this 3rd quarter as the kick's away.
Now this will make it into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
And 8.
2nd and 8 coming up. From the gun, it's Garoppolo.
Lines up and lets it go for Samuel.
And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
4 yards.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Roethlisberger complete to Washington. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. Hauled in downfield. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Now 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
So 2nd and 10, third quarter. Thanks for tagging along with us here from the Queen City of Cincinnati. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 22. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. With that interception, he just set a record that nobody ever wants to set, and that's the most picks ever in an NFL game. 8.
The last time we saw 7, 2001, right?
Yeah.
It's Ty Detmer. He's with the Lions at that time. To get to 8, are we sure he knows what color jerseys his team's wearing in this one?
And my goodness, another interception. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. But to be frank, CD, this is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's at a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him. But you have to as a team because you can't just throw your quarterback aside. You're going to need him later on. But it reminds me of a time that a former defense coordinator of mine told me he was in a game where his quarterback threw 7 interceptions. So after the 6th one of the defensive players went to the quarterback and said, here's what you do. Throw the ball to the other team, and let's see if our receivers can pick it off and turn it into a completion.
That's just mean. I don't know that I can go down there and say that to him right now. Probably pretty fragile. And hitting Juju on the slant. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster, 30 yards. And the Steelers have taken the lead. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC.
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
This will make it into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. Trying to lay one up deep. And now here is another interception. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. I think it's safe to say this is a game he's not going to forget anytime soon, Charles. 3 interceptions.
It's rare that we see 3 interceptions by one team, let alone by an individual. And I think that after the second one, he's probably telling his teammates, any ball that's
They don't know my name, I get through the pain. Taste sweet on my face like it's lemonade. Tie me up in chains, I get through the pain. Taste sweet on my face like it's... They say fall and you let go, but I know I got an antidote to retain some...